Talking, you Thunderbird.
Young nigga made move like treadmill. Run it up like treadmill. Lace up like treadmill. Lace up like treadmill. Money dance on the treadmill. Do a stance on the treadmill. Can't stop on the treadmill. Money don't stop on the treadmill. Run it up, run it up, yeah. Run it up, run it up, yeah. Run it up, run it up, yeah. Lace, money. Run it up, yeah. Run it up, yeah. Run it up, yeah. Young nigga made move like treadmill.
Boom, boom. Lord. Boom, boom. Put him in the tomb, King Tut. What in the butt? Hey. What's up, y'all?
God.
My name is Aaron, and you are listening to M Podcast.
Fuck it up, Aaron.
I'm so glad to be here. I'm so glad y'all are back with me. And, you know, as y'all know, I got the niggas with me. What up, Stevie?
Hey, motherfuckers, what's tea?
What's up, Malik?
The pussy's in the building.
What's going on, Trey?
I'm not gonna make any sounds today, so
Okay.
hi y'all.
That's fine. You don't have to.
It was like the damn Animal Kingdom.
I mean, you know, Animal Farm.
That pussy is purring, Miss Thing.
Yeah.
We do. You know what I'm saying? So what's been going on with you, Malik? What's been going on?
You know, ain't shit. I really need to learn how to save. I spend way too much. A bitch get paid on Friday and be broke by
Sunday.
Friday
Look.
midnight.
I love it.
No shade.
Oh my God.
But I look good, so
Yes,
Always
you do.
have
A
a-
really
feel
nice
good.
haircut.
thank you. So
Yeah, and I
guess
love
it's-
that jacket, too.
Thank you. It's all worth it, I guess.
Key.
What's been going on with you, Trey?
Girl, don't you ask me no questions.
Girl!
Don't you bring me no bad news. I ain't got time for that today.
Girl, I'm going to come over this table.
No, I'm bored. Like, I have shit to do. Like, you know what I was thinking about? Someone tweeted one day, if men could get pregnant, would they?
Men can get pregnant.
I mean, yes.
Period.
I would have been pregnant like
I would have
Long
been
time
pregnant
ago.
3 weeks ago. Like, I would have been like,
Child, what?
it would have been that good. Like, if that could be a possibility.
You was getting
I
breeders
would.
in dick, mama.
I could.
3 weeks ago.
You was getting mounted?
where was
Okay.
I 3
Not
weeks
like
ago?
a mountain.
Right.
Girl,
I
I'm
said,
3
what
weeks
happened?
and gone, and girl, we didn't ask if everybody was having
Like,
sex.
I
Yes.
would be so happy. I would have like one of those shoots and everything, but I would not do a gender reveal because a lot of people are going real crazy.
You
and
hear about that? You see that
dying.
plane crash?
What?
Gender
For
reveal
what?
plane
A
crash.
plane crash.
So a
For
plane was
what?
supposed to come and release 300, I think it was 300 gallons of like pink chemtrail. You
And
know,
it blew
like,
up.
you know, chemtrails, like it just kind of, it's like,
Yeah.
it looks kind of like foggish, you know,
That's
whatever.
cute for them.
So they're supposed to do that, but it was like a malfunction and the plane crashed. It didn't, nobody died.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like a lot of damage and like, you know, whatever.
Oh,
All that
a
for a
traumatic
gender
ex-
reveal, girl, for real?
Didn't even get revealed.
So stupid.
we don't even know what you having. Look. That's
Right,
what-
you're having a plane crash.
Damn, poor babies.
So,
But like, I can just think about it right now. I feel like I would be real fun pregnant because I just wouldn't be. I'd be the same.
would you be like that barefoot and pregnant type bullshit?
Oh no,
You know,
I'd be more of the fabulous type. Like, like I'm out. You see my outfit. Look at my baby butt. Yeah.
A week.
okay.
I can just imagine it.
What's been going on with you, Stevie?
Same shit. Ain't nothing. Chilling. Trying to stay warm because Miss Winter is eating our asses up.
Listen,
literally.
I love
Okay.
it.
Miss Winter has her tongue in my butt.
Crack.
I
It's
love
not
it.
okay. All right, I'm not here for it.
I don't see it for
I do
her.
want to go ice skating though. I really want to go ice skating
we
in
do
Bryant
that?
Park.
I
No,
gotta-
I literally want to go. I've been trying to go since I like moved here. I've been here 2 years now. I haven't gone yet. So
I have ice skates. Can we do that?
I don't have, but I mean, Bryant Park, you can like rent them or whatever, and I think it's free. The actual skating is
Edison,
free.
they're talking about
So
skating.
yeah, like I want to do
I
that.
want to go skating.
I'd be down.
But yeah,
We should plan that with all the New York podcasts get together because y'all know y'all right.
I'll be sitting on the
all
sideline.
the gay
Wouldn't that
New
be
York,
cute?
Yeah, and just go out.
that would
and
be
whatnot.
super cute. I would love to do
On
On
the
the
that.
gay
side, my hot
boys.
cocoa.
Uh-huh.
Y'all can
That's
skate on.
fun.
I don't necessarily want to make it an event though. I just want to like put
Well,
out.
not
just-
just
Yeah, just like, hey girls, you know what I'm saying? We
Like,
going
let's
to
come
this
out.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have to make it an event.
I don't. There's no shade.
I don't want to be too serious because I might not show up.
Once we use the E words,
I was
sis,
about to be like, look,
I don't know about all that. You know what I'm saying? I might be busy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh my God,
yeah.
my bus
niggas is throwing out the E word. You know what I'm saying?
ain't shit. Look,
But
on my way out.
ain't shit.
you know,
So we're gonna scratch that. We're not gonna even do that. There it is. But if you invite Stevie, we'll be there.
I'ma pull out this.
Look.
okay. So I got a question.
Y'all like
So
Kiki.
so we all know we've discussed we touched on these things before, but so we all know about the 5 love languages written by Gary Chapman in 1992. It's so crazy how it still has. You know, like it's still relevant now. But so we know that the 5 love languages are words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. I think we've already established what all of ours are. But what I want is I want to be refreshed on what yours is. And I also want you to give me some examples as to what that entails for you specifically. Like, so if yours was words of affirmation, what are specifically some things that you would like to hear? What situations? You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. So I'll go first to give y'all like a,
This is good.
you know. So mine is words of affirmation. And it's not just compliments. I think that, you know, somebody reaching out and I love it when it's random. Because I always do this thing called, I call it National Compliment Day. It's not a real thing. Or if it is, I'm not acknowledging it. But I just say that I pop up in my friend's text and be like, I want to tell you, you know, things I like about you. Those sorts of things, like, you know, that kind of stuff, because you never know when somebody might need it. And so that really means a lot to me. And, you know, I love when, and words really mean a huge thing to me. So I love when people pop up and just like say, hey, I love you. Like out of nowhere, you know, just like a text, you know what I'm saying, blah, 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 or, hey, I really appreciate you, or blah, 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 or when you call and you're like, I just want to talk to you because I love talking to you, like that kind of thing. Like that makes me feel really, you know, and a lot of the time, especially lately, it's like those kind of things, I need to hear those kind of things. Right. So, yeah, so that's I'm really into that. So, yeah.
I want to say, I feel like the best lover is like, encompasses all of them. A balanced lover.
Tell us more.
Yes.
But the one that I lean toward the most would probably be hold on.
I was say physical touch.
Yeah,
I was about to say.
probably physical
You
touch.
want physical touch.
Physical touch. It's like quality time and physical touch for me.
Yeah.
They go hand in hand.
Yeah, because when you touch me, bitch, you spend time with me, bitch.
I don't know. I feel like lately, I just, in New York, we live like fast lives. We're always like going to school, working, podcasts, all this stuff. And quality time for me specifically has been so important now because of all of the things that I do. And we don't necessarily have to, you know, go to an expensive dinner or whatever. Lately, I've totally been like into Friday, get off of work, let's go grocery shopping, let's, you know, buy food for the weekend, let's get smoke for the weekend, let's get drinks for the weekend, and like let's hold up, you know. And for me, like, don't get me wrong, like I said, dinner, it's cute, but it's like you spend like what, 2 hours at dinner, like let's
especially if it's a wait on a Friday.
Okay, let's have an evening,
right? Let's have a weekend.
I'm here for that.
Like,
no, I'm here for that.
I really love that time, you know.
Somebody I'm not gonna get tired of,
you know. But yeah, I love it. I spent I feel so bad because I feel like every weekend I'm spending time with someone new. But
girl, you are you're a girl about town, and you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. How about that?
But yeah, I just talk about people just being present in the moment, and like I love when, you know, I'm away from my troubles and that person is away from their problems, and we can like really like enjoy each other. So that's just where I've been, and just physical touch, like not necessarily sex, but like holding hands and like cuddling, or like, you know, our legs intertwined with each other. Footsie,
I love
like,
legs being intertwined.
Stuff like that.
I don't even know why I love that so much.
That really gets me off.
Yes, wrap your legs around my nigga.
Okay.
I cannot. You are on fire.
So yeah, it's really, honestly, it's also for me, I don't know. We talked about the whole PDA thing.
Yes.
So yeah, it's kind of important that, not that we do PDA, but that PDA be available and on the table.
Yeah.
Because I am like, I'm not super affectionate, but when I am, it's generally public or usually public. So
I'm super affectionate anyway.
it could be anywhere. That's what I'm saying. So it's just
Yeah.
like, it gotta be like, yo, when I used to put my hands in my ex pants, like literally in public. And that's just how I get down. But
Okay,
we're
grip it
teaching
a
the
little
girls.
bit.
I'm an Aries, so girl, you
Put your
gotta
hands
pull
on my
up.
pants. Don't
You
I get
never
you?
know what I'm
Oh my
gonna
God.
give and where I want to give it.
When I
so.
dip, you dip,
Yeah.
we dip.
So yeah.
My heart stopped for
I
a
don't
little
know.
bit. Jesus.
But I've also
love it.
been trying to get better at spending quality time with myself also.
Go off.
That's
Just
very
because
important.
it's very, very important and physical touch too, you know.
Physical touch with
You
yourself.
spending wait,
Oh my
you spending
God.
quality time physical
Okay.
touch with you.
But those things can also, like you said, words of affirmation, those things can be returned to you
I feel like they should
and you
be.
know, reflected to yourself. So it's just like, you know, we could be doing this with other people, but are we doing this with ourselves as well? So
Yeah.
yeah.
As the prophet Emma Watson said, she's self-partnered.
yeah.
I was here for that. People was reading her out, and I was like, no, I'm here for that. Like,
She got her own words of affirmation.
right. You know what I'm saying?
I took myself on a date yesterday. Like
And
I went
you
out.
should.
You should.
I went out to dinner with myself, and I had some reading that I needed to finish. So I just like, you know, let me get my book. Let's go get dinner. And I sat down for about 2 hours, and I just like ate. I read. I got drunk by myself,
Oh,
and
geez.
Yes.
went
please stand.
on right back home, and that was it.
My
So
girl.
I want to say that probably mine are the same as yours, with a hint of receiving gifts.
Well,
I know. I'm here for it.
It's a hint of receiving gifts, because I have an issue with receiving gifts where there's no reason. Like for me, like I have an issue. Like, do I owe you something? Like, ooh, I should. Why are you giving me this? Like, that's like an issue that I have to like deal with. But sometimes I do love a gift. But quality time, I just like spending time with people that I'm like really into. Whether it's, I was talking to someone and I just said, I could honestly be with man and just watch them sit in a chair and be so just in love. Just watching you sit in a damn chair.
I was telling my friend Jordan, I was like, take me to Target with you. Let's buy some pliers or something. I don't give a fuck. Like,
Not
you know
a
what I'm
plier.
saying?
Oh my God, not a
Let me watch you.
plier.
Let me watch you like
Maybe
pick
a
out candles. Like,
hammer.
I don't give a fuck. Take me with you. Like, I
Buy
love
some
that shit.
sheets or something.
Ooh, I
like
love
that.
it.
But physical touch is one. I think touch is like, I like inner thigh grabs.
come on, inner thigh.
No, there's just like when
Yeah.
someone's
Okay.
driving, an inner thigh
You know what I'm
grab
saying?
is always good.
Do a little boop.
But like not like not like you miss. I ain't putting no hands in nobody's pants.
don't do it.
An
Look,
inner thigh grab. I got a lot of thigh, and you could grab.
Come on, yes.
Okay, but that and just I think laying on each other's chest, doing things like that. I think that is probably mine. Mine is not more of like sex. It's more of like just arm touches or like little hints of touching here and there. But yeah, I ain't hands and down nobody's pants in yet.
Yeah, me. That's what I'm
I mean, you know, nothing wrong with that.
yeah.
Well,
I,
we know
Sometimes
you
you
two
need to-
bitches.
Sometimes
also
I need to put your hands in.
I love to watch men sleep. That's like my favorite pastime.
That
I
is
was
good.
this
Yeah.
weekend. I was just like this past weekend. I was just getting into him. It was like, you know, he was
little
being
snoring.
lazy, sleeping, and I'm sitting up smoking. He just like knocked out, and I'm like,
Listen,
wow.
Get a
This is
little
what it
snore.
feels
men are
like.
so
Yes.
beautiful when they
Until they
sleep. It
start
really makes
speaking.
absolutely no sense. Like, I love it. Especially like fall asleep in my lap. You know that emoji with the fucking eyes, with the big old eyes, where it's like they're like, you know,
That I always love to post.
me, the tender eyes. That's me. I'd be like, oh, look at my little whoop.
I love it.
What about you,
Jesus.
Stevie?
huh? Oh,
What is your love
I'm into y'all little
language?
teas.
What is your love language?
That's a vibe. I think mine's is word of affirmation as well. I'm definitely a physical touch girl, so you gotta touch my. I put that on there all the
Come
time.
on, you
gotta
can touch my body.
Do you
And I would-
really wanna touch it?
Yeah. Come go off, Monifa. Yeah. So yeah, the words of affirmation. I do like the lovely words though. Like you gotta keep it cute, babe, here and there, and the messages of like love and support and everything all through the day. I give that as it is. Of course, it's gonna be attached to me. But yeah, the physical touch is everything though, Miss Thing. It's no shade. I feel like that locks the, you know, lock the door in your house. Like, bitch, you in here, you touching my body, bitch. It's on. You know what I'm saying? And that just stands out. You know, like words of affirmation and definitely physical touch. Miss Thing, you gotta touch my body. No shit.
Roby on the floor, bitch.
On the floor. Roby on the floor.
Mariah.
And I be here for it. That's playing when I walk in. You know, like
Yes. Tiffany, and I can see you.
hey, daddy.
How did we all live the same gay life?
Pop the little champagne.
Not us. Not all of us.
Oh my god, yo.
Look, a half of him gives that. No shame.
Sometimes
Hey,
you gotta-
baby, I was waiting for you.
Yeah.
Ooh,
You know what I'm saying?
yes. I'm here for
The
that.
shoulders, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Give me the shoulders.
What's tea?
I was
Oh my God.
over the weekend too. Like one thing that I really love is just like I'm not spoiled, but I'm kind of spoiled.
True.
Okay.
But I will say I love when just niggas ask you if you good. Like, do you need anything? Do the house need anything?
me.
Do your mama need anything? Like,
How your mama
Yeah.
doing?
it's good, and like that always gets me all riled up. But like, it was so
I don't need
it was
nothing
crazy.
now, but I'm gonna put it
good.
on you now,
Okay.
Like,
I feel
nigga,
so
I ain't-
bangy,
I ain't
bitch.
need
I
nothing
got
till you
these
said
standards
it,
waiting for you.
right?
Right. Look.
Now I need something. You know
Now
what I'm
I
saying?
need something.
Now I do. The
Like
fuck?
my mama, but
you,
me,
you
baby.
you were all I needed. Come on over right
Bitch.
now. Look.
And the girls think I'm cunt, so I be feeling real cunt. And when I'm like, no, I'm all right.
I'm all right.
Baby, I don't need nothing
Right.
now.
You know what you should have picked up? You should have
Right.
got my bag. Could you run back to
So yeah,
Niggas are
it
fucking
was-
stupid.
It was like really, really cool. So yeah.
All right, so
I'm sorry.
No lie, I have all
Was that the icebreaker?
Yeah.
that was the
Oh,
icebreaker.
okay.
all of the affirmations are except for active service too. I like that one too. Yeah. I like
Well,
them all.
I would like to touch on.
Oh, you want to touch?
No,
I was gonna say,
You want to touch?
excuse me.
Heavy
niggas.
on the touch?
Niggas, I swear. I want to touch on receiving gifts and take it a little bit farther. So I want to start because I have a point of contention because there's something that I see a lot, not just online, but just in general, like in life. When people give people things, and it's like you retain some sort of ownership to it, or it's like you retain and so if you fight or if you whatever, it's like, that's my shit, I want it back, blah blah blah. And I have a point of contention with that. I feel like if you give something to someone, it doesn't belong to you anymore.
Theirs.
And so what I wanted to ask was, do you agree? And also, and if you don't, I would like to know why. And I want to know, like, do you keep track of the gifts that you give to people, or the things, or a favor that you do for them, or they borrowed your umbrella, like, what I'm saying, that type of thing. Like, let's talk about it. I want to know about like giving things to people and like
I don't think about the umbrella when it started raining. Like,
people, right? You know what I'm saying? That bitch got it. Or like people giving things to you. Like, I want to talk about that. Like, do you think that if it gets to the point where the two of you, like, you're separating, I mean, you might have an emotional attachment to whatever it is you gave to them before, but it's like, it's not.
Gave it.
Right. So what?
I'm just keep going. Continue.
No, I mean, that's the question. Like, dude.
I don't want to start it off, but I'm going to start it off by saying that I'm a giver by nature.
Same.
But that's also because I'm a receiver by nature. Like I said, I'm very spoiled. So like I treat you how you treat me. So if you spoil me, I'm going to spoil you. And with that being said, I will say most people give to receive something.
I
So
agree.
That is
we have to look at the scenario under that lens. And when I was younger, I too used to give to receive.
Okay.
But that is not what giving is about.
supposed to be about.
Yeah.
Right. So, I don't count. I don't keep tally. I find very spiteful people do that. People who need more than they're giving need to do that. So yeah, that's how I'm gonna start that off.
The thing about giving is that you don't have to. And it's like, even if you feel like you have to, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to give like anything to anyone. So it's like, if you choose to do that, then just like, I would say stick to that. You know what I'm saying? Just like stick to it. Don't be like, oh, I want my shit back. But like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, but at the same time, I don't want to invalidate, people who, I mean, obviously avoiding extreme cases. We're not going to talk about those, but just like, people that I don't want to say 100% that you have no validity in like wanting,
Just
some stuff back. Yeah.
Depends on it. Yeah.
I feel like there are situations that warrant like returning of monies and of belongings and things. Like I was at work recently and a coworker was just kind of like discussing how, we have that friend who's maybe borrowed X amount of money and then didn't pay it back. And then after they didn't pay it back, they like, dissolve the friendship or whatever. And it's just like, well, girl, did you dissolve the friendship only because you didn't pay the money back? Mm-hmm. Those are the situations that like I have a problem with, because it's just like, well, girl, you didn't have a problem with me until you weren't able to pay me my money back. So what's the tea?
Yeah.
That's when I feel some type of way. And that's when I generally ask for my stuff back. And I don't feel any type of way about asking for my shit back.
The friendship is over there.
It's no shade.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah, the friendships that I've lost, it's usually been money involved.
Over money, yeah.
And there been like, I think over time I've just been like, okay, I'm just gonna chalk it up to the game, because it's like, what am I gonna do? Fight you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then even after that,
I need my money back.
And even after that, who's like, what? So me beating your ass is gonna make you give me money? Like, you know what I'm saying?
broke.
I can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't unlock your phone and pull up Cash App myself.
I'm about to say, I don't want to get them toxic behaviors now. You
know,
left that
right?
alone.
So that's extreme.
about
But
it.
like, yeah, it's. I think it's difficult to navigate. But I think that in general, people need to be more. Let the gift be a final thing. Don't hold on to it in the back of your head. Like it's like you have a string connected to it, so you can like snatch it back when if things sour or if you're irritated or whatever. And then you have people that like to remind you of the things that they've given you. Like they'll give you a list. Like I did this for you and I did that, and it's like, but did you really do it for me, or did you do it so that you could use it against me as ammo later? So I want us to, as people, just to steer away from that sort of thing. What are you thinking about, Trey?
I'm so weak.
I'm just thinking more or less, not with friendships, but more or less, I think.
Oh yeah, no, relationships as well.
Depending on relationships, I've known people who've been like.
Oh, and family.
In relationships.
Out of this neither.
Yeah. Nobody's exempt.
Nobody.
Fuck?
You can't hide from shit though. But like, you've been in a relationship, you've given somebody something, and then they cheat on you. Somebody's gonna be like, fuck that shit. I want the money that I spent on somebody who treated me terribly.
Well, that's the biggest
I
violation.
want my shit back.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
I think if I've always thought of not giving, you can't really loan money that you can't afford to lose.
Nope.
And so for me, that's kind of how I've done. Like I give friends money depending on the situations. I will sacrifice sometimes my last dollar if it would help a friend better themselves or do something else, right?
Same.
Mm-hmm.
But I also, though, want that same respect in return. So for me, I think giving a gift isn't just, oh, I'm giving this and I want you to do X, Y, and Z like it's blackmail. But I do want some type of respect or some type of communication. Like, you've done something for me and I'm not going to treat you like shit. Like, I feel like as a friend or as a person or as a family member, if I do something for you, even if it was the greater good and I didn't have to do it, there is some type of level of like respect that still needs to come later on down the line, even if I'm not asking for it back.
I agree with that to a point.
Exactly.
So like, what's the point?
Look, this is where we all get fucked up.
What is the? I'm just asking.
I think it should be respect on both parts, because if you're doing something for somebody and they're like throwing that shit in your face every time you're doing it, it's the girl.
No.
See, that's not. I'm not thinking about like every time they see you, they like.
No, I'm
"Bitch,
not saying
remember I gave you such and such, but like.
So what do you mean by respect?
Just I'm saying, like, where's the respect?
Well, this is how I take it. Like, let's say the situation is you're not able to pay me back the money at a timely fashion or something. Like, I'm expecting you to be an adult and maybe set up a payment arrangement, or to tell me like when you can pay the money back. Like, bitch, don't be sitting up here like out and about with my monies or not with my monies, but just like when you know something is expected of you and you just out here just living it up or like.
And it's not even that living it up. I think there is just needs to me, like, I think there's more of like a respect thing of just like, we both know what's going on here. And like, instead of trying to play the game or have it seem like I'm just feeling some type of way, I think it should be, there's a little level of respect of like, hey, we both I did this because I love you, and you got this because I love you. And so to end up like you said, or like dissolve the friendship, or like get mad at the person, I think there's always a level of respect that while that isn't monetary something that I want back, it's just the respect of like, oh, you did me a solid. Like, I'm not going to treat you like shit. We may have a whatever, or we may be upset with each other, or I don't like the way that you handled it. But for real, you did me a solid. I'm not going to treat you like you're just anybody in the street.
Okay.
That's how
that
I see it.
that I can get on board with, I think.
I think my issue also comes into play when said person makes it my responsibility to ask them about my money. Like, so again, the situation is like, and I'm not talking about anything or anybody in the room. I'm just in general, like, I let you hold X amount of money. You tell me you're going to give it back on X date. X date comes, X date passes, 2 weeks have passed, 3 weeks have passed. And then like,
There's no
it
conversation.
creates a very awkward interaction for us, because it's just like, hey girl, I want to ask you about my money, but I'm just like giving you a timeline or giving you space to like,
you know, and I, again, just speaking for myself, the times that people have, loaned me money in the past, that like never leaves my mind. It's like, it stays on my mind until I'm able to pay you back. And it's, I think that, people should give people that sort of consideration, or like, like, just an example, like if you were in dire straits and, somebody helped you out of that and you're feeling better, like, you should be able to go for a drink, you know what I'm saying? And not be like, be hounded down, be like, hey, you buying whiskey, but where's my fucking, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I see tweets like that a lot, and I'm like, I don't understand that.
I don't subscribe to, because obviously when you've been broke, the urge is you want to spend money,
And I'm not like, they ain't out here like balling, you know what I'm saying? But they should be allowed to fucking buy a thing without you being like, because like, so you want them to, when they get money back, you want them to give all that money up and give it back to you and be in dire straits again,
right? No, but what I'm saying is set your payment plans.
No, saying there are levels now.
Don't have your sis out
there are
here,
levels.
like,
there are levels. I feel you. No, there are levels. I'm just.
But I totally agree, girl. Like, girl, I ain't expecting you to be like holed up for another 2 weeks just because you paying me back.
Right, I pay you back and now I'm back in dire straits again.
That's what I'm saying. Settle the payment, so even if it's $5, at least I know that you're like hitting on something, and it's like you totally,
because that has to do with respect as well. At the end of the day, because and because we are living in this same society, and even though I might be a little bit. I'll have a little bit more in my cup than you do at this point. That doesn't mean that might not change later, because we're all living in this capitalist bullshit society. So, yeah.
Yeah, I also say, so this is so weird. And I think I tried to hint on this conversation the last time we recorded, but this is a gentleman that we kind of all follow. And I had invited him over my place just because like I was like cooking and... Yeah, cooking. And so I offered to like in the midst of like me offering to invite this person over, this person is like, just disclosed to me that they hadn't been eating or whatever. And I was just like, oh, even more for you to like come over because bitch, I'm cooking. So in the conversation, it was told that like things needed to be had. And you know me, bitch. If any one of y'all talking about y'all need a haircut, y'all need food. There have been people who have hit me up through the podcast who have asked for food, and bitch, you hit it. Their refrigerators have been full. And y'all know how I feel about that. And that's just because of the things that I've been through here. And so this person hit me up and was like, I'm on my way. And I was like, cool. So like maybe 30 minutes passed, or I said the time. The time passed, so like 30 minutes would roll by, then an hour, then so bitch, I just started cooking and smoking by myself, and then like I hit the person up and I said, "Are you still coming?" They paid the text message, and mind you, this was all the whole point was like for me to feed this person, for me to like give this person money for them to like buy groceries and stuff.
I'm cringing
And
a
they
little
like
bit.
stood me up. And so it was awkward and it was a little weird, specifically to the fact that they hit me up and said that they were on my way, on their way to me.
Well, things can change like in a moment.
But it's about the
You know what I'm saying?
communication. Should have said that.
Attitudes can change, emotions
That
can
too.
change.
And that-
no, I'm not excusing them.
Oh no,
I'm
completely.
grabbing
I'm just
what
saying
you're saying.
that
I got you.
you know,
And I played it back to myself because I was just like, I need to stop like offering money at times because a lot of people think that may look at it differently than just like, you know, me offering money. But like anybody knows that, bitch, like I just said, like if I got money, I got money. And it's
Yeah.
never any tease. And I was like literally going to give this person X amount of dollars.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
the only reason why I say that is because the times where I've been, vulnerable in my life, I don't ask for help. That's not really a thing that I do very often. I like to give and I like to help people,
Yeah.
but when it comes to me, it's like a thing, and I don't feel like I deserve it, or it makes me feel like shit. Anyway, all of I don't really ask for help that often. So, there have been times where I have been to the point where, okay, I need to ask somebody for help, and then I do, and then I think about it, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed, or I'm over it. Like,
That's
no,
your
I can handle it myself, or
Mhm.
whatever. And then there has been a situation where I've like quote unquote stood a person up, like in that
well, it
situation.
wasn't a
but
stand up, but it was
no,
it was just- I don't even know
I know what
to
you mean.
call
It wasn't that type of situation, but
Where you
like
at, girl?
not exactly, but it was somewhat
Yeah,
similar. Where like I was, I withdrew after making the request. I was like, oh no, I can't. Because I was, there's a lot of things that go into asking for someone for help.
Yep.
A lot of swallowing of pride, and I'm not
Yes.
speaking for whoever that person is. I don't know what they're.
Yeah.
But like, just trying to add a little bit of dimension to it, not not excusing them at all, but just trying to add a little.
Yeah,
bit.
I sat and thought about it for a little bit because bitch, I turned into Reed. And to be honest, this person is very like they don't have any home training anyway, so it's very like it's very on trend for them. I'll tell y'all when we finish recording.
I was about to say, 'cause girl,
it's
I'm
very
sorry.
on trend for them, but they do a lot of posting about needing money and about not eating too. So it's just very much of like. I like literally saw something in the beginning of the week, and then I was just like, oh, well, I'm going to make sure like I reach out to this person by the end of the week to like make sure that they're
I'm
good.
not sure.
Oh,
I'm not sure I want to know who it is. I
Yeah,
don't think-
right. And when y'all find out who it is, y'all gonna be like, "Oh, girl."
No, I don't think I
she's
wanna- I
tired.
think I
But
wanna-
it's just like at the same time, like
wanna
again, this
preserve
is someone that
privacy.
we also know, so it's just like
They live in New
I
York.
was just trying to be a good friend, and what I really want to say is that
Oh boy.
you going without doesn't spite me,
Right.
So, bitch, and it's no shade. Like
we don't want to get
Yeah,
too
I don't-
caught up in I was gonna help you and you didn't show up, so bitch. Like we
No,
don't want to get too far into that sort of like.
But what I'm saying is like even what you just said is like there have been times where the situation has changed, and yeah, that's all fine. But like that doesn't
Why
make
you
me
ain't
being
tell me,
less
though?
of a giving person.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
and then,
yeah.
like. Again, you being someone who is in need, and no, he did not ask for my help. He vented, which made me very uncomfortable. That's why I offered to help.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
Wait a
he
minute.
ate in 2 days. Like
Right.
I was gagging that you would say that, and just again, I hit him up just to like have dinner, and then it turned into him venting about him not eating and things, and I was just like, whoa, wait, whoa, how did we even get to this point? So again, it only gagged me even more that he didn't show up because this whole situation didn't turn off. Like it never started for me like asking or offering anything. Like I didn't know anything about the situation when we first talked.
Yeah.
So it was like again, who are you spiting in those moments by not being open and being vulnerable is the bigger conversation
No shit.
that
Like
I'm trying to have.
I've 100% spited myself.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not, I don't have anything to do with it. I'm just the vessel. It could be anybody out here trying to help him.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like we literally stand in front of our own blessings. Like
That's very true. And I've done it. And like recently. So I actually agree.
and I'm sorry, like I want to change my narrative and not like I'm trying to have a bigger conversation that again, like sometimes we be so in ourselves and beside ourselves that like we literally will push away people who help us and who will help us and not expect anything after it. So yeah.
We're good.
That was a lot, right?
You
It
get what you
was.
get, mama.
No, but I
Story
think
to
it was
tell.
good. I think that, you know, we have these sort of conversations for a reason. You know, we kind of, it's like a learn as we go type thing, you know.
Yeah, I
and-
mean, the show is used to process.
And to the girls who have hit me up and who I have helped, and it's never
Hi,
been any
babies.
tease.
Look,
Like,
hey,
I love y'all, and
babies.
y'all know where to find me at, bitch.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah.
So I am going to turn it over to Trey for the sections.
Thanks. I have 2. I'm just adding them on as we go along
Great.
through the years. It's Ask Him letter. Okay, so this Ask Him letter. Hello, men of him.
Hey.
What up with it?
baby.
I'm single as fuck
Oh,
because where I stay at niggas ain't shit.
oh wow.
But all they want is my ass or dick. And they don't meet my standards at all. So the question is, should I lower my standards or should I move to a different city?
Baby.
Those are the only two options?
Well, how do you know you got
your
good?
brain?
Stop it,
I just-
Malik.
Did you
Stop
take
it,
a
Malik.
survey? Did you put out
Survey
a survey?
says
My pussy good.
Good pussy.
No,
Yeah,
I don't
Good
think that
puss.
moving to another city just outright
no,
is
moving
like
to
the.
another city is not going to do shit for you.
no.
But
I don't think that's gonna
leave you
help.
with more people not wanting.
Well,
to,
so
like-
okay, standards wise, I think it would depend on what your standards are.
Yep.
And maybe take a step outside of yourself and look at it objectively and see if
See why they giving what they giving to
Well,
you,
maybe
mama.
you know,
that
people
wants
know
your
if
ass
you know
is
if because
still a good
people's
person.
standards, you can have high standards, but then there are unrealistic standards. You know,
Yeah.
if you apply them to like life in general.
Yeah.
So it just depends on what your standards are. Like,
Yeah, nigga can't have his 401k
ideally,
set up.
we don't want you to lower your standards.
Yeah.
You know, we want you to get to the, you know, be able to find someone that you want to be, whatever level you want to be. Them, you know, I'm not trying to fuck that up for you or anything, but
keep putting
Fucking
that
up the
pussy out
bed,
there. Look.
baby.
you know, I just think that you haven't given yourself many options here. I think that, you know, maybe let's open up the pool a little bit and see what else, you know, we might be able to do, because moving is not, you know,
Don't
it's a big
move.
thing to
Yeah, it
do,
doesn't make sense.
especially just for some,
Right,
especially,
mama, where you
especially just for some
for a man.
Dick.
yeah, like
I
come
don't
on, these
know
niggas
if
is
for
not
no
worth you
man.
moving to another city.
No man
Keep
is
your
worth
keep your
anything
standards the same,
moving.
baby. Somebody out there who wants your standards. You be on the same level as them. Don't worry about it.
And I feel like it's all about
I ain't
just
changing
maybe
shit.
it's just the area you're looking at. If you're just staying in the same area, or if you're going to the same bar.
I'm about to say,
that's
that's what they say they want to move out
Maybe
of
look at
state.
the type of people that
Yeah,
that,
you're
that
looking
one
for.
you attract and two that you're attracted to.
No shit, it may be
You know, just like, well, girl,
Well, girl.
Jesus.
Now we said we were gonna stop
Just-
that toxic behavior.
you know,
wasn't
just
we?
like sit down and
I mean, it
and
could be.
examine, you know, like the, you know, who you attract. Just take a look back and then take a look forward. See, you know, see if there might be any changes that could be made. You know, try out a few different things.
Step
Try
out
some
your
new
comfort
things.
zone, yeah.
Try a new nigga. You know what I'm
do
saying?
you-
Like,
Oh.
Try a new
and-
nigga.
no,
shade.
when I say I say
Try
new
new
type,
nigga.
like, you know, there are different, you know,
Yeah.
lots of different types of people. Just like, you know, maybe go outside of what you consider your type.
Yeah, open up.
Maybe
to
once, just like
something
try it. You
Somebody
know what I'm
get
saying? You
shell.
might, because you know, if you open up your horizon some, you might not have to lower your standards. You might not have to move to a different
Well,
state.
Well, I don't like this talk of upping and lowering. I don't
Stay the
standards.
same.
I hate that word. I hate it. Like, no.
It's period.
No.
When I say, but like, so what do you think of when you think standards?
I just think that you need to get an adult mind and you need to do and love what you want to do.
Period.
Like, and that's not
See,
to the
I have a
writer. That's just
different-
in general. Like,
I feel like we can go on this. for-
I mean, everybody has their like preference of like
Yeah,
what they
'cause-
want
but I
and
feel like that's a
everything.
standard.
Oh yeah, no, if we're getting into preference, that's a different. That's girl blop.
But to say that you need to lower your standards, that's
somebody
very
else.
problematic. Like, I don't want to get
well,
into that.
that's
like,
why I said that it depends on what, you know.
Your
That's
standards
what are your, because like people could have standards, don't have to be this like super like high, you know,
Yeah.
you
That
know,
ain't
thing.
realistic,
They could just
right?
have
Or,
like, you know, baseline
somebody
things,
saying,
like, so we don't
they
know what the
only
standards are.
date- No, they look for men who are their standard is college education
Okay.
or higher education, right?
That's
a
about to
little
say
bit-
about that before.
That's a standard.
That is a
Yeah.
standard.
I
But I mean, some people do like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's-
yeah. No,
or-
yeah, for sure.
and again, I think that's what we as black men get fucked up. Like, I think that we all need to like maybe just I'm sorry.
It's
We
a-
all need to just get it together. And I honestly just think you may need to just take a step back from dating and not get so serious and have fun. Like, that's when we meet people. And that's when we really actually enjoy ourselves when we're out and about. So, like, have that, do that. And I also would say maybe try going on a blind date.
Yeah.
I think I want to do that again, because when I went on the blind date, the one and only time that I went on the blind date, I had an amazing time. The guy was really, really great, and we dated for a really long time, for like a year. So I really want to go on.
I want to do too. I want somebody to touch my thigh.
Yeah.
Look.
But I don't know if I can trust a blind date in New York though. Like I might.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about it, but yeah.
Okay. Quick gem of the week. Hurry up.
Oh, hold on, bitch.
Wait now.
Mine
Okay.
is Winter Things from Ariana Grande's Christmas and Chill. So
Christmas.
I hadn't listened to it like really ever, and my friend Stacy was like, "Please just sit down and listen to it all the way through." I saved it. I think most of it is gonna have to grow on me, but Winter Things is fantastic. So that's my jam.
Christmas and chill. Malik.
Find Someone Like You by Snow Allegra.
Oh, delicious. Stevie.
My jam of the week is Gone Already by Faith Evans. Faith is that
Yes.
girl. I'm going to listen to that song on my way out of here.
We love Faith Evans.
Yes, shout out to Faith.
Absolutely.
Okay.
First lady. Okay. Shout out to Faith.
Lord.
What up, sis?
Mine is Dana Vaughn, Lovey Dovey, featuring Jordan Ward. That's my jam. That's my song. It's new.
Look up the
Listen to
songs,
it.
listen to them, jam out.
Yes.
We love y'all. You can catch us every motherfucking Wednesday.
Air motherfucking Wednesday.
Goodbye, darlings.
Love y'all. Mwah.